Hello, my friends, and welcome to my channel. Yes, it's Kate in the Nest, and here I am again. I'm becoming that person that does one every day again, but that's just to make up for some lost time and to keep you company as I get ready to fly tomorrow. So, who knows what the battery will do, whether it will run out of the storage or time will run out. I just am sneaking this in, really. I haven't done probably near as much as I should have, but I've learned just to take it as part of the journey. So my bag will get packed, and my priority is always now about faced with a 12-hour flight. And I say that without even worrying now, because I say to my friends, if only I'd had stitching all my life, it just fills in the time. A delay is just more time to stitch. So anyway, I was going to do a mini makes because I need to make some mini makes to take away with me because I find them really useful, but I haven't got that far. So I've got two ideas. I've got here my little metal nest that I've been using the last few days as I've moved around with my cupcake pincushion. I think I'll take this one to with me. You've seen me make that, so if you wanted a mini make and feel like a midweek joy, that would be one. I could make one for the sake of it, but I don't think I should. I am taking obviously my memory keeper with the shell I showed you the other day, and I've had some great advice about embroidering and putting some ribbons and bows on this piece of toile, so I can do that when I'm there, but I won't take that on the plane. I showed you yesterday my Jaipur Journey to Jaipur pouch. Didn't do anything on that last night. In my stitching, I've taken off the flower. Let's just stitch and chat because I haven't been doing enough of that. I feel like I want to get rid of that white. I originally put some of the painted lace. Now I've had a question about washability of gouache. I don't know much about it. The question was, if you want to wash it, do you use it as an acrylic? That is a really good question. I suppose I always say that I don't intend to wash these. And isn't that, as I say that out loud, I think, is that the right thing to say? But yeah, they travel with me. Now let me see if I can space you out so I'm not in the corner. Here we go. Sneeze right on cue. So yeah, look, you'd have to just look up always what the instructions say, and I'm sure there'll be heaps of, is that enough? Actually, I was going to say, is that enough contrast with those pinks? And then I thought of doing them. I don't want to do French knots because it's a bit hard over the stuffing, but maybe we should, no, I think we need to do pink. Let's just do it, and they could be a different color. First stitches of the day. So yeah, I'm not really good at answering that question. I woke up, and I have to say thank you. Thank you just for being here and listening. And I should say that I hope that your week is going well. I just wake up to beautiful messages from people, and I just love that you're there and watching with me, and it's truly it's the kindest thing that anyone has ever done to me in many ways, in this sense, that I make a video and then I go to sleep, and then when I wake up, my husband and I have a coffee, and he goes, check your numbers and check your comments. So that's what we do, and we end up beginning our day with such gratitude for lovely things said. And today was no exception. And on top of all of that, let me just... On top of that, so I had lovely, lovely comments, including a lovely suggestion that, have I ever thought about doing a book? No, I haven't, but I love Fleur Woods' book, and that made me smile. So thank you to that gorgeous subby who suggested that. It's just beautiful to know that you would be thinking that and going to the trouble to write that. Then I had a voice message from Fleur herself. So this is all sort of connected. And Fleur, I've said it all, and I don't like saying it too often, but I just can't get over it. Fleur and I are getting to collaborate this year. Once at the, well, I do every second petal. No, flowers don't look like that. It's just so yummy stitching on this stuffed flower. What am I trying to say? Yeah, Fleur and I are collaborating. There's a very big word. In May at the Green Door in Robertson, so near my home stomping ground, and then in June in Nelson. And that has been such, I get the tingles because, it's Fleur. And we're going to make beautiful gardens and flowers together. Can you imagine? I'll be, anyway, blown away because just to spend time with that marvelous woman. But anyway, she sent me a good luck message about me flying to India. Because she's a long way from home, as you may note. Fleur is in France teaching a retreat there. Beautiful, beautiful spot. She's sharing it on Instagram. Now, this story is going somewhere because she mentioned that some of the ladies at her retreat, hello ladies, are aware of me, and that one of them had booked to come to my Kiki and Kate Stories and Stitches retreat in Wisconsin. So we just all went, wow, what a small world is that? So that was the second thing of the day that I just went, oh my gosh, this is so lovely, and what a beautiful world this is. And then there's one more, the third one. Oh, Cindy, the owner of Paper Crown in Waco, Texas, she reached out to mention that she hasn't yet released the details of my time at Paper Crown in August, and there were people calling up to inquire. So I just got thrilled about that as well. So if you are waiting on those details, Cindy's onto it. I'm onto it, and we just have a little bit of sending the photos back and forth across the ocean before she announces that. So if you're in the States and interested in that one, I'll do an announcement as well. But I'm so excited about my whole trip. Kiki, I talked to Kiki as well. She was in her studio and showed me the designs of what she's imagining will be in her garden for our retreat. It's mind-blowing. So can't wait for that. And was there something else? Well, that's all. that's not all. That's like, that is huge. So I am having the most beautiful day, and now I'm talking to you. It's just magical. And talking to you and stitching is the best. So what am I doing here? Nothing new, but always satisfying. And this is what I say with sew stitching. I call every stitch like a running stitch because, and I know that I don't want to confuse you, but basically if you can come up and go down, you can do every stitch that there is. And these are sort of, they're satin stitching, and I know that's a no-no to have really long ones, but in this case I can sort of control where they're coming out around the flower. And this is my variegated hand-dyed wool, and it's doing the work for me of the color variation. So if you haven't tried, getting a floral and putting some bits underneath it, I'd really advise it because it's a lot of fun. Visually, it gives the easiest 3D ever. Cross that stitch over a little bit there. And then to stitch on extra soft puffiness is wonderful. So that can be continued. You get the point there. And then I'll just stand up to see. Yep. So that's going to turn pink, and then I'll maybe use the orange around there. So it's taking away from that, the stark white, and I still have the beautiful, so there's lots of what I call, colouring in and painting to be done on this. So that's zippered and ready, and this piece, this side certainly needs more work. Why am I saying that? Just so I feel that I've got too much blue there, and not, it's beautiful blue, but yeah, so I'm still working on the colours on this side. I'll put that there just to remind me. I have mentioned that I want to take a few projects with me, and we know that I will collect along the way and stitch with them. This time I am going by myself, and I'm just going to plan each day. I have in mind where I'm going to go. I'm going to try and do a little bit more filming, and if you get sick of hearing about India, just miss these videos and go back to some old ones if you need some company. But I have made, you won't have seen this. This is a big tote bag that I made out of the vintage Canva quilt that I bought back last time. So it's soft and beautiful. It could be turned in reversible, and the sides are different. So it's very, very light. So I'm thinking I will take this with me and embellish. I'm just looking at those colours. Isn't it amazing, the coincidence of this green and orange is coming through. My husband loves this bag. He thinks I should be making more of them. I stitched it, what's the word, on the machine to save time. So that's there. I can embroider, thread paint, and change the colours of that. You can see I've just done it by reversing, how do I explain it, Kate? You're not, this is one piece of Canva, but it's got a different pattern on the top to the bottom. And so there is a world of opportunity there for me to, yeah, to work on, to embellish, just to, you know, even finish off with blanket stitch. So I will take that, and it's also, like, as I said, light and handy. I'm thinking that these could be just really, anyway, just great things to carry bits and pieces in. So there's that. And then I think I'll leave the swan tote at home. Oh, big news. Oh, did I tell you that? My Hope of Tote was left in WA. It's been found and it's coming home. So that will be a bit of a delay. I've got this piece that I haven't finished, obviously, and I can't remember, did I begin this to take to Wellington? And to be honest, I don't love it. So it may be that I think I was very labouring over this one. I think I was. You can see by all the pins in it. So why don't we just take some of the bits off that aren't stitched down. They become fuel for another day. And I mean, that's a scrappy bit. A mini make with scrappy bits. Oh, look at that. Where are they left over from? Wellington. Oh, there's sunshine on my plate without even realising. That's good blanket. This is not well stitched. Yeah, I'm going to remake that. So I might take that blanket with me. And the other thing I've got here, because this was so successful in terms of having a zipper and a lovely, happy lining, that just makes me happy. I've shown you that twice in a row, which means it makes me really happy. I've got the sister one that I got at the same time, and this is a deeper. I always think of Michelle, who made a very deep pouch for her projects, I think at our Melbourne workshops. And hello Michelle, gee, you're doing beautiful work. That's Michelle McKillop, or McKillop Michelle on Instagram, if you're interested. This is the fabric that I covered over on this one. So it had polka dots on the front and the same fabric on the back. But I do think these go quite nicely together. And actually, as I do that, no, I'd waste that side. But these are all sorts of ideas. Pouches can be, I was just thinking, wouldn't that be good if that was all in one and I'd have that and that joined together, but I won't. So I'm going to keep this side as it is. I may embellish, but on this side I could put something on. And if it's part of the collection to Jaipur, that's a bit of Fleur's wool where I started to make the pansy. I haven't done enough pansies. I mean, honestly, everyone, I hope you can hear the excitement in my voice. As I say that I'm getting on a plane and going for a week, and I have creative time and I get to go to places that were beyond my dreams. It is a dream come true. So let's continue that collection with what I have got have I got any of that velvet there? I'll just go for a little walk. Actually, I've got some ideas here. These are scrappy bits. I have this, and you know the story if you've been here for a while, how I used that special paper, which I can't remember the name of. Doesn't that look nice down here with my colours? And there's plenty of stitching on there still to do, and then I could join it to another garden. I've got some of this there that I'm using. I've got this stitchy roll. That hasn't been finished. Well, that could go in as a project. Oh, and that's why I went over, didn't I? I do have a strip of this. Don't let me cover that. It's this bit here. That colour doesn't really resonate. But with a little bit of that, it's becoming catified. So and I could actually make that a pocket. Would you ever put anything in a pocket there? No, you wouldn't, Kate, because it's down at the bottom. I'm not going to be able to help myself. There, I like that better. So what have I still got to do? I've got to print out my visa, pack the bags. I've looked up the temperature and it's going to be like 31 every single day. So that's pretty hot. We're changing here to cooler temps. So time to cut this out. Probably. So the background of this is linen that I dyed with gouache. I just wet the piece of linen and daubed paint all over it. And this I got out of that beautiful photography book by Manon, who's on Instagram. When I showed the ladies yesterday, well, they asked to see one of my, I'm going to change the name. I'm not going to call them still lives because really they're flowers in vases, or vases with flowers, whatever. But they said, why didn't you use a whole piece for the background? And I said, well, I actually didn't. It had a hole in it like that, so it didn't cover the whole back. But there you are. That's just to show you that we don't. It's going to be too big, isn't it? That's what you're telling me. That's a nice colour pairing. That lovely crimson there Let's have a garden. Let's put it under. If I put it under there, we can feature this flower down here. Maybe we'll go up right to the top. See, look at the happy accidents, or they're not accidents, it's art, isn't it? It's creativity. That flower has just come up to join in that space, and by stitching over the top of it, we will make something happen. And that green, just trim into maybe a little bit more of an organic shape. And let's come up over here a little bit more to the side. So just forget what I said, I've just changed it. To there. You think that little possum is scared that he's going to get covered up? He might be, which brings me to my rabbit. No. I'm going a bit crazy and silly. Nope. You know what? I don't really know what I'm going to do next. So rather than spend your time watching something where Kate doesn't really truly know what she's doing, because I have other things on my mind. So I'm going to call it quits there and say that's a little update on my Journey to Jaipur collection. I will talk to you again once I'm over there. Please take care. Oh, in the meantime, please take care. Keep well, stay safe, and we'll talk, and happy stitching. Bye.